The clock is on. Inside Traders.
Inside Traitors,
I
Uh,
mean, Greg, this was so blatant. There's so much just in everybody's face now because it again, who's going to do anything about this? Who
uh,
is going to do anything about this blatant insider trading?
no one. I mean, they didn't do anything about it. Like even in the good times, the SEC was pretty toothless, and now
Yeah.
I think it's being run by the Count from Sesame Street fame. I don't. I don't think he's very good at the job. I don't think he's up to the task.
Oh my God.
Um, I mean, it
Oh,
just to put it in perspective, in case we're watching this months in the future,
right. Okay. Help
he
us.
he made the announcements that all these tariffs were going to happen
Right.
based on some formula that I don't know where he found the formula from. If it was the Doge kids, or I don't know, maybe he found his old trigonometry notebook from somewhere and goofed on the symbols. So he announces all this stuff, and then very predictably pulls it back. Oh no, we're not gonna do it after all. Yeah, everybody came to me and we worked out a deal or whatever. We're not gonna do it. And he puts on his Truth Social, now is a good time to buy, before he announces this.
Right. And then there's a spy index. There's an index that sort of it's about the, you know, it, before he made the public announcement that he was backing off all these tariffs, that index went off the charts. So people had the information clearly, probably some big funds, some big money managers. Folks had the information.
Maybe the guys in his office that he was saying
Maybe
he
the
made
guys in
nine
his
hundred
office
million
were
dollars.
calling their
Maybe that guy.
people and saying, so
Yeah.
that's why folks want that, the people who know what they're looking at want an investigation into this. No one's going to do it. I have my own personal theory about how this all went down.
Oh yeah. What's your theory? Because this is good. I
Okay,
like
so
it.
again, this is my theory,
Mm-hmm.
my personal theory. There's some reporting. This is not my theory. This is the reporting. There's some reporting that Carney, Prime Minister of Canada right now, had gotten Europe, several countries in Europe, if not the European Union and Japan, together in like an alliance, like we're on Survivor. And he got them on the phone, and they were all aligned to stand up to this. And I guess their position was, go right ahead, dude. Go right
Mm-hmm.
ahead. Knock yourself out. We're going to survive this with each other. And we don't need you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Good luck to you. So that was a very strong, firm position. They had their alliance. It's like a Mark Burnett show. He's still producing this, but it's turning. And so that reporting was going on. And if you remember, then I look back and I was like, oh, remember just a couple of days ago, right before Trump was saying when he was in the tuxedo, you made the comment
Oh,
that
yeah.
privately of who he reminded you of.
No, he was like when Joe Piscopo used to do Frank Sinatra on
Yeah.
SNL, like circa 1982. Like that's what he looked
Yeah.
like.
It's like,
I mean,
hey,
maybe
baby.
I was like, how is this guy out in public like this? He
Oh
looks
God, he's
ridiculous.
in his stupid tux. And he's saying, they're all calling me and kissing my ass. You can't believe and it's like, okay, number one, I don't believe you because you lie. But also that braggadocio, that offensive defensiveness, right?
Hmm.
Of like, oh, I got this all under control. Everybody's wants me, I guarantee you that's because those countries were aligned and that European Union were aligned, that continent were like,
Yeah.
and so, he had to, I think the insider trading where there may be some allegedly, it certainly looks that way, plenty of evidence, was uh okay, well, I'll just make the people that are been yelling at me and screaming all around and are causing this thing, because I do believe he still truly believes in tariffs because he was fed that garbage from the Kremlin. We know this. He came back from his 1987 trip to Soviet Union, to the Kremlin, and had two things on his agenda, and one was tariffs and the other was destroying NATO. And he's never gotten off of that. And I don't think he can admit to himself that he got manipulated by spies that knew a lot more than he did about the way the world works. And he's just, and they've been using him ever since. And he knows that. All of that been proven out ad nauseum over the last 10 years.
Right.
But so I think it was just like, okay, I'll just make these fuckers rich, right, and get them off my back. And then they'll have to kiss my ass. And then everybody will think I'm a genius. Right? That's my story about how that all went down. I don't know that from the outset it was, we're going to rig this thing. I think he's a true believer in the garbage that the Kremlin sold him, and he's embarrassed himself for decades now with the New York, high big money people and the international money community of all these people. He's always wants their approval, and he wants to, all these rich, incredibly rich people. He was never that wealthy, not as wealthy as them. Now he certainly has tremendous wealth because he's siphoning it,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Well, good for
Um,
him.
right. But these folks have always laughed at him. They've never included him. They don't want, it's always been, and they're using him. And then they got angry at their little clown monkey for playing, doing his tariff thing that he's been talking about for 40 years.